Well, hi everybody. Mark Michaels here with Cutting Horse Central, and in the world of Zoom, today's new world of virtual interviewing, we thought we'd go ahead and get Mr. Phil Benadum from the Pacific Coast Cutting Horse Association on Zoom and try it out for ourselves and see if we can see what's going on out there on the West Coast. They've got a lot of things happening. They're one of the major shows that are coming up, in June. That's kind of touch and go right now. So we thought we'd check in with them. A lot of the West Coast trainers are getting together, putting some ideas together that we thought would be fun to share with you. They've got a virtual flag cutting that we want to talk to Phil about. So let's join in with Phil and see how he's doing out there. Well, hey, Phil Benadum, how are you today?
Doing good, Mark. How are you?
Good. Well, thanks for joining us on here. So tell us a little bit. You've been the executive director of the Pacific Coast Cutting Horse Association for how long now?
10 years.
10 years.
This year.
Have you ever had to deal with anything like this, what we're currently going through?
No, the closest thing was the EHV1 virus that we had to cancel that show in Paso, but that was just to shut, the horses couldn't move. It didn't shut the people down. So that was as close as anything we've had to deal with it, but you can't, not even close to this.
No, I'm sure you're having to make a lot of decisions on the fly and just readjusting. What are some of the things you guys are doing to, NCHA is doing quite a bit, reaching out to members, staying in communication with them. What's PCCHA doing?
Well, I think we're doing a lot. I think that's it. Right now, it's a very important time for us to keep, reach out to our membership. We're doing a lot of things. We had a show producers meeting the other day that was fantastic. We're trying to work with our 11 Western states and get them to where they can be a little bit work together to put on better shows. And so we started a private Facebook page, and the meeting was fantastic. I was so excited about the meeting. We have another one. We were scheduling one in 2 weeks, and everybody wanted to do one another week. So it was a pretty special meeting. I think we're going to work on some circuits and some other things that's really going to help, the West Coast weekend shows. Staff-wise, Drew Stewart helped me make up a Google Doc where we set our yearly goals, our weekly goals, and then we have our to-do list and carryover pages. So we meet Monday and Friday. Kathy Carden, our president, sits in with Tammy Rodman and Debbie McGregor, and we have our meetings over that, and we go over our list, and so it carries on. So the girls have been, and myself have been really, for not having any shows, to cancel the Tulare show, so we had to get that done. Tammy closed out the roundup, and now we're off to just trying to do things to where we can reach out to the membership. We're really trying to really stay positive on our Facebook page and our breeders page and keep everybody kind of informed on what's going on. The other thing we did, and Mark even said on it last night, we had a trainers meeting, and it was fantastic. We had 30 trainers on the call, and the main topic was how was everybody doing, and everybody. We went through each one of them, and they said, what some of the struggles they were having, and if they'd lost horses, and how they were all handling this deal. And I thought it was very positive. That was very positive. We showed them, we gave them some links. NCHA was great to put them links on their Facebook page. I put them on the agenda so they could discuss them and show them where they can go get some support and some help. So all in all, I think things like that's what we're heading right now.
Yeah, I think it was great. And like you said, I sat in on that meeting yesterday, and it was, something that I got out. It was kind of good for everybody to kind of get together. I mean, just like they do at a show where you're talking to people that you may not normally, call or text or talk to, but, here's a way you could sit in and hear their voice and hear how they're dealing with what's going on right now. And it was kind of interesting to hear how some of the guys, dealing with it. Some of the guys are losing more horses than others, and, what they're doing. And like some of the guys totally shutting their barn down, not letting anybody on there, to others that are just doing some minimal type lessons and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So how's your life personally changed? How has this kind of, changed some things that your normal pattern? I mean, I know you're doing a lot of working out.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you know, I'm an early riser, so I get a lot of my Pacific Coast stuff done in the morning. I kind of break days up into 6-hour segments. So I figure I like to put 2 days into one. So I attack the first day with my first 6 hours and try to get as much done, take a break, and then hit it again, and get my phone calls, my emails done. But yeah, it's different because I'm on the road a lot, and I've probably been out of the house twice. But except for running. Now, I do run about 35 miles a week, and I work out every day. And that's probably the best thing you can do. And I think I hope everybody has time to get out and go for a walk and do some things and clear your mind, because it's really helped me. I mean, that's the way you can just, you're releasing the one thing I got to figure out, Mark, maybe you can help me with this, is when you're running, and I got some long runs where I do 15 miles or 14 miles. I get some great ideas, but I don't have any way to keep them to remember by the time I get back. So we got to come up with something there, because I mean, your brain just thinks of all kinds of things, and mine always comes back to cutting. What can we do better? What we could, how can we grow it? And I get some of the ideas I remember, but I know I've lost a few ones on my long run. So
well, I know you've got the Apple Watch.
That's about all we're doing.
Yeah, maybe with your Apple Watch, say, "Hey Siri, remind me about this," and
yeah,
set reminders. So yeah, but so one of the new things I want to talk about, you put out on Facebook this week. You guys are launching a virtual flag cutting. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Ruben Mahano, he's a PCCHA board member. He called me up and he says, "Phil, can we make this happen?" It was his idea. And I said, man, I didn't even think about it. I said, yes, we'll make it happen. Then not realizing, how to do it yet. I reached out to Kathy Carden, our president. She loved the idea. And then herself and I and a few of us, we just jumped on it. And Ashley Thomas, and got the ad done and made the rules real simple. We didn't want anything hard. Video it with your phone. Mark, you have helped us with some. We're going to next week go with that app deal and help us, had to figure out how to get them downloaded and get them in. But the rules are simple. You don't have to wear Western attire. You video it from the front, 30 seconds. Penalties will be just like regular penalties, except you can't lose a cow or not quit anything. But and then we're going to have our PCCHA Judges Committee knock it down to the top 3 in each class, and then we're going to put them on Facebook for the members and the public to vote on. So we're pretty excited. And I think the main thing, and Kathy and I have been really talking about, was we just really got to keep the engagement. I mean, and you and I have talked about it too, Mark. We have to keep everybody engaged. And I really do think, I've seen it happen in bad times. Good things can come out of this. And I think some big positive things can come out for NCHA and PCCHA. I feel like right now is the time, that reach out is real important.
Yeah, I think definitely one thing I'm seeing, not just with Pacific Coast, but with NCHA and with the guys I'm talking to around here, is that it is bringing people more together, and everybody's concerned, obviously, and we're all anxious to get back to going again. But it's there's been a lot of positives that have come out of this, and that I think, working forward, that'll, hopefully keep going and help us, bridge some of those gaps that we had before.
Right. And, the things that you've done, Mark, posting these shows up on the website. You're doing the same thing we are. And you and your crew is fantastic, because you're keeping that engagement, and that's what we got to have. And I think, I've talked to a few Texas trainers this morning. We're trying to get a grasp on our derby, and they're ready to go. They're fired up, ready to go cut. So, hopefully, soon we'll all be back at it. But again, I really think some good things, as bad as this situation is, some good things are going to happen from it.
Yeah, and obviously, like you just mentioned, you've got the PCCHA Derby coming up, in June. Obviously, that one's going to be touch and go with everything that's going on. It's too early to tell, what exactly is going to happen. But I know you mentioned a little bit before to me yesterday. Talk about some of the things that, if the show is going to go ahead, like we're all hoping, what we can expect there. Some of the things that are going to be a little bit different than just a regular cutting there.
Well, I think there will be some. We keep in touch probably 3 times a week with Steve Stallworth at this South Point. They will have some precautionary measures still in place. They had them before they shut them down and after. The place, Steve said, he can guarantee, has never been cleaner. Nothing's going on. They've upgraded some stuff, new paint, new areas. That's going to be different. One of the things he said is there will be some precautions in the casino area. But we, what we're doing right now, our exec team and our finance, we've been meeting. The exec committee's been meeting about once a week, just touching base every week. Starting Friday, we have a finance committee meeting, and we're going to bring finance exec together and the rest of the way out. So we'll be touching base every Wednesday, I believe, and just discussing where we're going to go and how we're going to handle it. We have a meeting today addressing the first payment issue, there might be a change, and I'll let you know so you can get that out as soon as we have this call. That we're addressing some members' concerns and some competitors' concerns. So we are planning on it going forward. We polled a lot of the trainers yesterday, as you heard when we did roll. We're reaching out to our Texas guys that come out, and we're trying to just see, if it does go, would they be willing to come out? And I hope it does. I really think if we can get cleared at the end of the month, I think the non-pro and the Pacific Coast Derby are going to be huge, So I'm excited about that. So we just, Peter Spadoni, he's on our finance committee, and he says, Phil, you always prepare for the worst, and we're going to just pray and hope for the best. And that's how we're moving forward right now.
Yeah, well, no, I think that's great, and you have to be. I mean, you have to think positive, but prepare for the worst, obviously, and you have to be prepared for both scenarios. Yeah. But you do have to plan as if the show is going on, so you don't get caught flat-footed if the green light does come. So
correct.
I think that's great. Well, really appreciate you filling us in on what you guys are doing. We love staying in touch with you guys, hearing some of the ideas coming from you, from the trainers and from your committee members out there. And look forward to doing more of these and staying in touch. And hopefully we get to see it at South Point here in June.
Well, I appreciate it, Mark. And I want to thank you for all the support and the help you've given me. I reach out to you a lot, and you helped us as being a sponsor. You've done a lot for Pacific Coast, and I really appreciate all you do.
Hey, it's been fun, Phil. You've taught me a lot too. So I'm trying to work out again in case we do meet up in June, because I'm a little embarrassed right now, but
we'll get after it.
All right, buddy. Well, you take care, and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you very much. So there you go, folks. That's what's happening out on the West Coast. The Pacific Coast Cutting Horse Association, they're staying on top of things and doing a really good job communicating with their members out there, putting some new ideas together, some fun ways to interact and still, be able to stay in touch with each other. If you'd like more information about the virtual flag cutting, you can go to their Facebook page. Or you can contact Phil Benadum directly through their Facebook page there, through Messenger, or contact them through PCCHA.com. They're going to be running these shows weekly. Entries close every Wednesday evening, and you can find out more about what you need to do and how to send those videos in. And just a fun way to everybody to kind of keep together and keep doing what we're doing. So we hope you enjoyed this interview, and we want to wish everybody all the best. Stay safe. Let's get through this. We just need to hunker down, a little while longer, and hopefully we can start getting the green light to get out there a little bit more again. So the more we can do right now to stay at home, the quicker it'll all come back together. So we miss you guys. We hope to see you all down the road soon. Thank you.